NVIDIA stock has risen over 175%. Most industry estimates say NVIDIA has more than 90% of the market for data center AI chips, end quote. Microsoft plans to let U.S. users buy and play Xbox games from the Xbox app on Android starting in November after a judge ordered Google to open up the Play Store. Quoting The Verge, the court's ruling to open up Google's mobile store in the U.S. will allow more choice and flexibility, says Xbox President Sarah Bond in a post on X. Our mission is to allow more players to play on more devices, so we are thrilled to share that starting in November, players will be able to play and purchase games directly from the Xbox app on Android, end quote. Xbox Store. If you're tuning in, oh God, there's 64 people. If you know me in person or IRL, you can DM me and you can join in. This is a social stream, I think. And let me just tell my Discord I'm streaming as well. I am streaming OpenAI Swarm Explorations. If regulars to join in. So where is the Swarm thing? Where is the Swarm thing? Yeah, fuck it. Okay, so Shamal on Friday afternoon, very, very unsportsmanlike, drops this thing. They are not part of the OpenAI core research team, so I don't know how blessed this thing is. They say it's experimental. Unfortunately, if you work at OpenAI, anything that you do has to be taken seriously, even if it's just two guys, screwing around. I don't know, right? But it's been clear for a little bit that OpenAI has been interested in multi-agent stuff. I believe the reasoning team is hiring for multi-agent stuff. So they've at least gone to the level of including it in job postings. And so this is a serious direction. I've played in previous streams with AutoGen and Crew AI. Let me just put up the streaming thing. My streaming are exploration of OpenAI Swarm and real-time API. And if you're a regular, DM me to join and chit chat. Okay, there we go. All right, at least I'll have a little banner showing people what the heck is going on. The banner is not working today. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, that's a little banner. Yeah, this will be, I think, a shorter stream than my normal. I always say that, and then I always go 2 hours. So we will see what they want. They also have published a cookbook over here. There it is. God damn it. Stupid copy paste. So maybe this is the best way to get started on that. Fun fact, Elon is the strawberry guy from the recent demos, which most of you have not seen because they didn't stream it, but we interviewed them on the podcast if you are interested. That would be these guys. Dev Day 2024. Elon is the ridiculously attractive guy here, who called demo that you'll hear on the podcast if you listen it. So let's read out what they want. It's a multi-agent building, orchestrating, and deploying multi-agent systems. Swarm focuses on making agent coordination execute lightweight, highly controllable, easily testable. Accomplishes this through primitive extractions, agents, and handoffs. An agent encompasses instructions and tools and can at any point choose to hand off a conversation to another agent. That makes sense. Okay. Oh, we have a couple here too. All right. Scalable, highly customizable by design. Best suited for use cases dealing with a large number of independent capabilities and instructions that are difficult to encode in a single prompt. Okay. Let's read the notebook then. Okay, let me just check for comments. Hey, Jim. Jim is always on these streams, probably the most regular person here. Jim, if there's anything in particular you're interested in, let me know. But otherwise, I'm just kind of reading through and maybe getting a little bit hands-on. All right, so we're on the cookbook. We are providing a sample repo. The routines, there's the routines not strictly defined as steps. Below, we've defined a routine for a customer service agent instructing to triage the user issue and then either to suggest a fix or provide a refund. We've also defined the necessary functions, execute, refund, and lookup item. We can call this a customer service routine agent or assistant. However, the idea itself is the same. It's a set of steps and tools to execute them. I feel like I just realized we can probably together with voice mode. And I wonder what that would look like. So lookup item, okay. The main power of routines is the simplicity and robustness. What is a routine? This is a routine? Okay. Contain conditionals. The added benefit of having soft adherence and LLM can necessarily steer the conversation without getting stuck in dead ends. To execute a routine loop that gets user input, appends user message to messages, calls to model, appends model response to messages. Run full turn, blah, blah, blah. Is this a notebook or what? It currently ignores function calls, so let's add that. Function to schema mapping. Okay. Wow, this is a little library in here that any given to a schema for the function. Huh. You can do that. That's cool. This might this might just be instructor. Instructor doesn't, I mean, has the retries, of course. But do you need instructor if you have 100% guaranteed structured output coherence? Probably not. Do they have the fancy parameters? No, they don't have those fancy parameters for structured output. What's up, Ron? Svelte Asians. Deepankar says, how different would this be from the likes of LangGraph? Any thoughts? Obviously very different. LangGraph has a graph, and this one does not. So this would be closer, I think, to Crew AI and AutoGen than it would be to LangGraph. Okay, so he has tools. He has function to team schema for tools. New client track completions create. This code looks so tight. This is great. They should probably just ship this as part of the SDK. Or just make it accept, instead of tools, they just make it accept functions, and then it will just extract schemas from those functions. But we are not ready for that conversation. Finally, when the model calls the tool, we need to execute the corresponding function and provide the result back to the model. The tool map, execute it. Yeah, so this also is part of the SDK. So for people who don't know, the OpenAI SDK has a difference between the JS, the Node SDK. Let's just see in here, and then let's look at the Python SDK. They may have plugged this gap, but I'll just show you what used to exist. So the Node SDK had this run tools thing. Maybe I'll just call tools, run tools. There we go. That automatically executes the tools that you give it. So it'll just kind of loop internally. And that's super nice. You don't have to recall the function again once you have the results. As far as I know, that does not exist in Python. Wow, these docs suck. Bro, these suck. Anyway, there's a fun discrepancy that we talked about in the podcast with Michelle. That would be OpenAI API, this one. So we talked to Michelle, who maintains the SDKs, and they were like, this run tools thing is an experimental thing. It's in .beta.chat. and it's only a node. And I'm like, why is it not? Why don't you have SDK parity between the two biggest languages? I don't know. They didn't give an answer. I think it was just saying the experiments in Node, whatever. Anyway, that's what they're showing here. They're showing that because this doesn't exist in Python, you have to do all this crap to execute it and then return it and append it to the message and then call the next one. That's all that's going on. Okay, so if we put everything together, it looks something like this. Tools, blah, 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 run full turn, while true. By the way, this while true is the definition I gave to Simon Willison on what is an agent. I don't know. Something like that. There we go. So if you're interested in that definition, I'll post it on the chat here. And you can check it out of what an agent is. But he has a whole bunch of other definitions of an agent. Maybe I'll just kind of tweet him like that. Haha, seems like all right, cool. Get OpenAI completion. All right. So at the start of the loop, the message is already fired off. And then print assist, if there's no tool call, you break. If there is a tool, okay, this is how run tools is implemented inside of the Node SDK, and they're just porting it over. So this is like a lot of boilerplate code that everyone has to implement. Jim says, like, yeah, I mean, that is my current hypothesis until I see otherwise. I would say this is probably a little bit lower level because everything OpenAI does tends to be very minimalistic and simple to start with, whereas AutoGen and every other framework on Earth is incentivized to be as complex as possible to give you more and more value. Basic incentives of all these institutions. Execute to call. Okay. Okay, message is true. No, we have a routine. So up till here, I still have not seen a framework. All I've seen so far is just tool calling, just like a regular MF would do tool calling. There's absolutely nothing here that has any specialness in anyone familiar with agent work. But I think we're about to start doing new things. So we have a routine. We've defined a routine with very, very normal code. I want to add more steps. But eventually we try going to routine too many different tests and we start to struggle. Here we can leverage the notion of multiple routines. Given a user request, we can load the right routine with the appropriate steps and tools to address it. Dynamically swapping system instructions and tools may seem daunting. However, if we view routines as agents, then this notion of handoffs allow us to represent these swaps simply as one agent handing off conversation to another. Okay, let's define a handoff as an agent handing off an active conversation to another agent, much like you can get transferred to someone else on a phone call, except in this case, the agents have complete knowledge of your prior conversation. See, the handoffs in action is defined a basic class for an agent. Finally, we have this. Okay, great. Now, to make our code support it, we can change run full turn to take an agent instead of separate system message and tools. What is being changed? It takes an agent, and then fine, they just did a control replace for all the agent dot whatever stuff. Nothing super exciting here. Okay, we can now run multiple agents easily. This is our first time stepping up a level of abstraction to multiple agents. So we have a refund agent, and we have a sales assistant agent. Note that we share the state of message. Interesting. We do messages equals message.copy internally. I don't like that. I don't like this like variable shadowing thing in Python. It's always It's always a recipe for disaster in there. Okay, it says user place an order for a black boot. Assistant calls place order function. Your assistant says your order for a black boot is successfully placed. Need anything else? Feel free to ask. Actually, I want a refund. Execute refund, black boot. Okay, so there is a refund agent and there's a assistant agent. So this guy calls the sales assistant and then calls the refund agent. I don't know if the example is doing anything for me. So they're basically bundling instructions with two calls, bundle instructions and two calls. They have a name. They don't expose the name. This name is not used anywhere. Yeah, I don't know if this is like the best example. The name is supposed to be used here, but I think they're just doing name for name for the assistant, so that's fine. Okay. We did the handoff manually here, blah, blah, blah. Transfer to XXX function. Okay, handoff functions. Now that agent can express the intent to make a handoff, he must make it actually happen. There's many ways to do this, but there's one particularly clean way. For the agent functions we define so far as like execute, refunds, or place order, they return a string, which will be provided to a model. What if instead we return an agent object to indicate that's a typo in there, which we want to transfer. So now for the updated run full turn. Basically, again, now we're taking an agent. We can run the agent like we were before, but if the result return plus messages. See, you always inject the current agent's instructions in the system instructions before the messages. But where do you get the tool call updated? So I guess the response is in here. What do we call it? Transfer to refunds, right? So do we have a transfer to refunds? We don't have a transfer to refunds tool inside of here. That's what's making me hung up right now, that current agent.tools is not defined here. Call corresponding functions with provided arguments. This is basically intersecting the functions, and that's okay. Yeah, I don't see the tool here. Basically, there should be a point at which you tell the model that you have access to the transfer tool, and the transfer tool isn't provided here, but that's okay. We know that that should be what it is. Let's look at an example with more agents. So there's S to human. Ooh, I like that one. It's a very good one. Transfer to sales agent, transfer to issues and repairs, transfer to triage, triage agent. Okay. This is access to 2 transfers and 1 execution. Execute order. So the more I read this, the more I'm understanding that this is not a library. This is just a design pattern for multiple agents. Handoffs are cool. Routine, like, I don't like the terminology. I think handoffs are cool. Routine is not really helpful. That would be my 2 cents on that. There's other tools. So the sales agent has the tool execute order, transfer back to triage. So yeah, this is a little bit like LangGraph. For the guy who asked about LangGraph, here we're basically introducing a bunch of tools that transfer between agents, and this is implicitly a graph that you're drawing up, except that it's just very hard to visualize. But yeah, they have tools, they have ways to transfer back to each other for a directed graph. It's not acyclic because they want to have cycles, but that's fine. Finally, we can run this in a group, in a loop. This one run in Python notebooks. Why can it not run in a Python notebook? Because you need to have an input. That's why. So in Python notebooks, inputs only are like a single field. They don't have like multiple inputs. Swarm. As a proof of concept, we package these ideas into a simple library called Swarm. It is meant as an example only, should not be used in production. Feel free to take the ideas and code to build your own. Okay, we finished reading. I am like, having read the whole thing, I think it's not that impressive, but it is a very clear, I think it's very classic OpenAI. Like, we've thought about this, and here's the clearest explanation. So clear that it seems obvious, and I think that's fine. McKay says, IMO, they seem to have gone with simple examples of how to make the core concepts clear, but the problem is you only need to use the delegation handle with complex workflows. Yeah, I mean, that's hard, right, to balance that. So it is what it is. Let's see if we can do something simple with it. Maybe we can throw in voice mode. That'd be really cool. Let's open up the repo. Where's the repo? There we go. Okay. Wow, 5,000 stars. Jesus Christ. Yeah. I mean, the source code is just going to look ridiculously simple. Look at this. It's 292 lines. It's everything that we just went through. Nothing super. I mean, in some sense, this is the run tools function. Like, if you're a framework author, you're going to be very, very frustrated by this because, honestly, this is what a framework is. You just bundle up a whole bunch of function calls and tools and stuff. It looks like they did add some extra things around context variables, streaming support. That's kind of cool. Okay, this is more and more valuable the more I look at it. What is a context variable? I've never seen that. Context variables. All right. What the hell is a context variable? It's not used anywhere, is it? Oh, so they can pass context to each other? Is that what's going on? Okay, and then history. What is history? Yeah, history is messages. They just changed the term. There we go. So don't shoot yourself in the foot by calling messages equals messages or whatever, or copy messages. That's stupid. History is fine. Let's see if there anything else that's noteworthy in here. It's remarkably easy to support streaming. You just add a stream variable and just pass it everywhere. Run and stream. What is run and stream? Is there a different code path? If stream, return run and stream. Huh. So it is a different code path. Let's compare run and stream with run. So it's over here. Link here. So on the fuck. Okay, so I have run and stream on the left and run on the right. Let's see what it takes to support streaming. We have active agent equals agent, context variables equals to copy, deep copy, context variables, history, init length, while history, minus mac turns, and active agents. Okay. Get completion with chat history. Oh, there we have the streaming handling. Okay. For chunking completion, delta JSON loads, if delta role equals assistant, delta sender equals application name, delta pop role sender, more chunk. Okay, nothing that's calling out to me here is why do they have to convert tool calls objects in here and not here? I guess because how these message streaming things work. Otherwise, everything else is the same. Okay, all right. I don't really care that much to dive deeper than that. They have types, they have utils, but I imagine none of these are like really that important. The core code base is 300 lines of code. There's some nice utilities in here to steal, but we already have them. This is kind of nice. I like that. This should be standard in the standard lib of Python. What is REPL? Process and print, pretty print, run demo loop. Yeah. I mean, the code here is good. It's good. Like, it's readable. It's well organized. Like, no complaints whatsoever about this stuff. What else can we see from here? They have examples, right? They have basics. Oh, okay. Client Swarm. Maximum number of conversational turns allowed. I should say, yeah. The function should usually return a string. Okay. All right. Handoffs. Okay, there we go. Context variables. So this is the basics of a memory, I think, which is kind of nice. Where is the context variables injected? Like how does it always know this? Yeah, the stream support is really nice. Evaluations are crucial to any project. So we encourage developers to read emails with performance and agent. We have some examples to how to eval swarm in the airline, weather agent, and triage agent. Quick start example. See the readmes for more details. Use the run demo loop to test out your swarm. This will run REPL in command line. Support streaming. Super nice. Yeah, okay, I'm officially impressed at how they launched this. There are a lot of examples. Oh my god. Um, it's like a basic, and it may be personal shopper, maybe. We'll see if we can build something. Swarm Basic. This folder contains basic examples demonstrating core Swarm capabilities. These show simplest implementations, simple helpers, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Bare minimum. That's a bare minimum. That's nice. Client.run. Okay. Agent handoff. It has a treatment engine. I think I think this API, it's really, really neat. Um, I'd love to see a streaming version of this, but it doesn't matter too much. This is a memory. Okay, this is a single agent that has variables, account details. I think there should be more of a refusal, but that's fine. So when they say this is a multi-agent setup, this is basically there's a bunch of agents. It really is like a phone call. You transferring between agents rather than agents orchestrating other agents. Again, that's like a very, very neat, simple concept that I can you can get behind. It's easy to reason about. I don't hate it. Okay, so we've done basic, and now let's go to maybe personal shopper. I wonder what these things are. Personal shopper then. This Swarm is a shopping agent that can help with making sales. What's up, Sam? Sam says maybe there's a blog post that accompanied it. I haven't seen it yet. There was a whatchamacallit? There was a cookbook. If you scroll down here, that amounts to a blog post. Unfortunately, the blog post doesn't introduce all the concepts inside of Swarm, so it makes you think that Swarm does less than it actually does. And once you go through the 300-line code base of Swarm, you're like, oh, okay, that's like a nice thing. So I would say give them a little bit more credit than the blog post does. They have a database connection. It's kind of nice. What the hell is database? Oh my god, they have a little SQLite database thing here. That's cool. Huh. Yo, that's nice. Okay. Making sales, refund. I kind of want to run this code. This is good code. Okay, so refund item is initiate a refund based on the user ID and item ID takes its input arguments in the format user ID, item ID. Do you use context variables here? You do not, right? You could modify this for context variables. You must ask for both user ID and item ID, and yeah. So here, if you wanted to do something useful and flex your knowledge of Swarm, you can modify this example to use context variables, and that would be a useful test. Unfortunately, I think it'll be pretty simple. I just want to keep going. So let me see one more thing. How do they transfer things inside of here? They do not. There's no transfer? What's the point of this? Oh, okay. So, oh, look. What the hell? There's a triage agent. There's a special agents thing. Ooh. All right. We're learning some stuff here. I don't think. Where the hell is this from? Huh? It's not defined anywhere? What the fuck? Yeah, they passed the agents as a function, but this where does this come from? What the? Am I missing something? This is not documented. This code doesn't exist. Did they strip it out? I think it's not here, right? I'm not hallucinating this. Maybe I think someone must have seen it in the issues. I saw one issue here. There we go. Ooh. Yo, that would be fun. Swarm agents a separate package. I don't know. Would it? But I mean, it's dot, right? So it wouldn't be a separate package, right? I don't think that's how Python works. If anyone's watching along, can you look for swarm.agents? I don't think it exists. Actually, this might be useful. If I just stick it in here, does anyone? Nope. Thank you. Shitty Twitter search. Yeah. Okay. That gets a little bit more interesting. You can actually implement this. It's not super motivating yet. I would love to combine it with the voice calling thing. I think that would be like a dream. It might be too much for 11:30 p.m., but don't let your dreams be dreams. You know what I mean? Maybe if I go here, this. Yeah. Okay, so like, what is fucking everyone up right now is that, first of all, they did not ship all the code that they have. So obviously, little bit of sloppy work. Alessio in the Latent Space Discord talked about this already. So when you do a create triage agent as opposed to an agent, instead of supplying functions, you supply agents. And this basically automatically creates the transfer functionality that you would need, that I was looking for and did not exist until you saw it. Not too complicated, but it's annoying that they didn't ship it. Well, I mean, yeah, it's not that interesting, right? Like, you can make it fine. All right, let's see. What's the other one? Airline. They talked a big deal about Airline. Airline customer service. This example demonstrates a multi-agent setup for handling different customer service requests in an airline context using the Swarm framework. The agents can triage requests, handle flight modifications, cancel lost baggage cases. This example uses the helper function run demo loop, which allows us to create an interactive Swarm session. Yeah, the more I read this, the more I'm motivated to actually do a phone call agent with Swarm, because it seems like that's the obvious thing to do. Let's go to main. Context variables. Oh, look at that. This can be a context variable? That's wild. Okay. And then what? No, what do I... What am I doing? Triage agent. Where the fuck is triaging? Configs.agents. All right, configs.agents. I have tools here. Nice. It's create tools are just... Yeah, I mean, they're just mocks, right? Murugesh from Free Code Camp. What's up, Murugesh? They're not going to support a monarch experiment. I understand. Sam says, have we gotten a response from legendary developer Kai Gomez? Nope. All right. Okay. Well. Okay. Let's look at the implementation of agents, and then let's see how to merge these things into
Let's see a thing. All right. So we have transfer things here. I think basically they abandoned it, and this code, like, you know, ooh, maybe someone implemented it here. Yeah, typo, docs. Yeah, fuck it. Transfer to triage, context variable, get on. Huh. I want to see them modifying context variables more, because you're supposed to pass these context variables between agents, and I don't really see that very much. This is create triage agent. It's no big deal. Flight change, lost baggage, starter prompt. What is starter prompt again? Or starter prompt? Starter prompt. Data routines prompt, starter prompt. Okay, what is this? Lost baggage policy. Ooh. Yeah, that's so hot. That's crazy. I kind of want to. Okay, this is worth running just to see what it looks like. Okay, I guess we're cloning this and doing it, right? So let's go ahead and set this up. Oop, you're not supposed to see that. Git clone. Fine. I hate calling it Swarm. I hope that all the dependencies are up to date. Is this a pip install type of thing? I guess. Oh, actually, I should use VNV. I know VNV is not cool anymore, but it just always works. So I'm just kind of doing that. Wait. I don't actually need this, right? So I just need to use examples. Okay, fine. If I go into examples, I go to airlines, I go to main. Am I just doing... I need to install dependencies. And okay, all right. So this pip install thing needs to work. It doesn't work here because I have some permissions bullshit. Yeah, whatever. Fuck. This is really annoying. How do I deal with this fingerprint nonsense? Permission denied. I need some public key nonsense. Okay. I don't actually need this. I mean, all I need is this swarm thing to be in the same package. So wait, what if I do? Surely someone's actually published this already. Pi swarm. All right. If anyone in the comments knows how to install this stupid package, let me know. I am tempted to just move this in here, and maybe that will work. So CD examples airline. Oh, I just realized my banner is not working. So I need to install what else are the dependencies of Swarm? Yeah, this is a really okay. Pip install numpy, pytest requests, tqdm, pre-commit instructor. Yeah, I don't know what to do with setup.cfg. It's not a thing I normally use. Maybe someone who's watching will know but this is going to work. So I do not care. Okay. I need my API key. All right. I'm going off the stream, fellas, so that I don't leak my API key to you guys. Hey, what's up? What's up, gang? Oh shit, my API key is incorrect. Fuck. Let me get a new API key. Yeah, for those who are wondering, I'm having some night dim sum because I didn't have dinner. Sorry guys, I'm getting a new API key. There should be the OpenAI app should just be like, here's an API key that's gonna last an hour. You don't have to, deal with this nonsense of logging in and getting stupid key. And where the fuck is my key? Where am I supposed to get my key? Dashboard. API keys. There we go. Livestream. API key. Great secret key. Copy key. Okay. Apparently, I published this key somehow to GitHub. I don't know how. I'm usually very secure and mindful about this stuff, but apparently I published it. What's up, gang? Says, hello, how can I assist you today? Okay, great. So, what am I supposed? How do I test this? There's a triage agent. There's a flight modification agent. Hey, I need to head to New York tomorrow. Well, my current flight, so my current flight is LaGuardia to New York to LAX in Los Angeles. From LaGuardia to LAX. Okay, so I need to go to SFO instead of LAX. How's that? Are you AGI enough? To help you with changing your flight to LAX to SFO, let's verify the flight details first. Can you provide the current flight information? Bro, you know my info. You know my info. I apologize for the confusion. Let me verify your flight details and understand the reason for your request. Please hold on a moment. Valid change the flight. Thank you for your patience. Flight eligible to change. I come to the flight for you. Yes, please. And also refund all my money. I'm here to assist with changing your flight. Let me first focus on the alternative flight for you. Okay, new flight SFO. Oh, there's a double loop in here. That's not great. Go on. Not good. Okay, so clearly they haven't programmed all the stuff in here, but that's okay. Refund, please. Stop changing flight. Refund, please. What is my flight now? Yeah, this is not great. It doesn't really understand what I'm trying to get it to do. Where is my refund? Change flight. I'm going to return. Yes. So, ooh, that's nice. It's connecting me to a different escalate to agent. Customer requesting refund after changing flight. Go on. Refund, please. This is poorly designed, but honestly, that's fine. It's like decently impressive. So yeah, here something like a land graph would probably help to articulate like why this thing is not stuck in a loop somehow. That's kind of cool. Okay. So from here, I think what I'm interested in doing is applying Swarm to a voice chat thing, which means that now we have to go read the voice docs. I've obviously read it once, but I have never actually built a thing with it yet. So time for voice docs. Voice real-time API. All right. Blah 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 blah. This is Node. I need Python. Is this Node only? It's gonna be fucking annoying. Bro. Yeah, looks like it's Node only. RIP, friends. We can't really combine these agents things. They're just in different languages. Node. Real time. Do they have anything else? OpenAI real time API. Choosing real time API. Where is your Python sample code? Your reference client, your docs. Maybe I need to use LiveKit. Is that what's going on here? LiveKit. Okay. Is this is 100% JavaScript. Awesome. Yeah. Okay. I might need to use LiveKit. Omkar says maybe you have to toggle the language. We did try that. The only language available is JavaScript. So this has an agents framework. So we're packing and one agents framework on top of another agents framework. What joy. Okay. What? The next thing is multimodal agent. Is that what the hell it is? This is Python. Let's begin the instructions. Okay. This doesn't look horrible, I guess. I guess I just need to what? Just do. Oh boy. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a new project. I'm going to call this Strawberry Shop. Strawberry Shop. Okay. I'm going to move my Swarm package down in here so I can use it in there. And then I'm going to have a new file, call it main.py here. And I'm going to put in all this junk. Probably need to pip install LiveKit. And then should have everything, right?
Do I need some kind of API key or some shit? Of course, it doesn't tell me. So Python cd strawberry Python main.py. No module name livekit.agents. Pip install livekit.agents. Okay. What the hell else am I doing? Livekit.plugins. Okay. Okay. Could not find a version that satisfied the requirements. Livekit.plugins. How the fuck am I supposed to use your shit? Tommy says use this Azure thing. Okay, Tommy. Give me 1 second. Let me just finish this Python plugins thing. I don't want to keep jumping around. All right. Let's read the docs. Nothing here. Speech to speech. LiveKit sandbox. Where is my requirements.txt? How am I supposed to know what my requirements.txt is? Yeah, failed. I don't know what the fuck this is. It's probably going to make me sign into some nonsense. Okay. Strawberry. Bro, fuck off. Okay, sandbox. Okay, create app. I just want the requirements.txt. Why is it so hard to get the requirements.txt? Oh, I have to run this. What is LK? I have to brew install livekit CLI. This is all going into all the friction logs of livekit. I can't even use this stupid thing without making an account, doing some nonsense. Can I just launch this? What is it? Great, I can start a conversation. Hello. It's too quiet. Is my agent lost? I bet. All right, did not work. And I have to LK app create sandbox. All right, I bet it's gonna be here. I installed the CLI. We have to do this. CLI install did not work. Brew list. Did I install the livekit CLI? I did. Livekit CLI has some other name, and I don't know what it is. Ooh, there we go. So the lkit alias doesn't work. There we go. Bro, what the fuck is that? Okay. So LK and livekit CLI are different things. Where do I understand this? This would be Okay. So there's no LK, but there's a LiveKit CLI. Yeah, I'm sending this to Russ to figure it out. Tommy Sorso says we should use Azure. That's makes me even more alarmed because Azure is not known for ease of use. .com, Azure samples, AOAI, real-time audio SDK. Theo is working at LiveKit and says, need help? Yeah, sure, Theo. Okay, 2 issues. One, me running the LiveKit example, OpenAI links to this page. I try to run this page, doesn't work because livekit.plugins is not a published library. And therefore, I embarked on a whole other thing to make an account at LiveKit. This launch sandbox doesn't fucking work. So that's not great out of the box. Yeah, I don't know what to say there apart from not a great first experience. Then it told me to complete my local setup by doing an LK app create. First, of course, I have to install brew, install livekit CLI, which I did. Livekit CLI did not install the LK command. So this command doesn't work. So there's just a whole bunch of stuff that just doesn't work. I don't know what to tell you. The docs don't tell you anything about what you need to install. They just assume that you need to know everything. Theo says you need to install LiveKit plugins OpenAI. That would be nice to know in the docs. Plugins OpenAI. But thank you, Theo. A lot of these things, you can just benefit from someone who doesn't work at the company working through the docs and just watching them struggle. Part of that is just watch my stream and you'll know. It's just very, very basic things by people who hopefully give a shit. All right, does this work? So it defines an entry point and runs the app. Livekit.agents is supposed to run the app, but here it's not. Why is that? CLI.run app. So, okay, maybe I don't. Theo, is livekit.agents, does it have some other alias that I don't know about? I think I installed the wrong livekit.agents. You can start your agent in dev mode and you can retry the front end you launched using the sandbox. Sure. How do I do that? I don't know. Yeah. I mean, these docs are just not enough for people who don't know LiveKit. I don't know what to say. Okay. Yeah, that's the API key. Great. Now I'm fully on the LiveKit. Sign up, grind. Where's my API key? Doesn't say API key anywhere on this page, so I got to go hunt for it, right? Brilliant. Okay. Leaked an API key over there. So I'm going to delete that. Revoke key. All right. Made a new key. Livestream. Strawberry. Generate. Get my API key with a secret key. Okay. I need LiveKit API key in my environment. I feel like this LiveKit API key is public, and I haven't entered in. Fuck. There we go. All right. Well, I am invalidating that. So easy to leak keys. Oh, fucking hell. Delete that key. invoke that key, create a new key, Livestream API key 2, create a new key. That's a new key. All right, great. Now I need a new LiveKit API key. Export LiveKit API key. This is okay. Let's see if this works. I need a LiveKit API secret, of course. Wonderful experience. Export LiveKit API secret equals to this other thing here. Okay. All right. Third time's the charm, right? Cannot connect to localhost 7880. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Yeah. I assume this is a result of the dev thing. Yeah, I give up a LiveKit. I don't know. No, I'm using Alfred. So I'm using Alfred for the keyboard. Currently, it has a whole bunch of my keys on it, so I'm not going to show it on screen, but I'm using Alfred. So LiveKit wants me to connect to localhost. I don't have it running localhost, and obviously there's no documentation on any of that easily findable here. I would have to consume all of the docs to figure it out. And I don't think that's the night for it, I'm afraid. So what I would say is I think this is a natural point to stop. We've explored and understood Swarm. Swarm's a nice level of abstraction. LiveKit has a lot of rough edges with regards to onboarding. I'm sure people who understand LiveKit can get through all this. People who are new cannot get started easily, and that's a shame. Then what would I say? What else would I say? Swarm's really nice. I mean, I think that it's too easy to design bad loops, which I think LangGraph probably does a better job of. I think it's a nice abstraction, particularly the stuff that we saw around the create triage functionality. You know, a really interesting example would be to do a JavaScript version of this so that we can work with the voice API in JavaScript and not worry about LiveKit. But other than that, I think, you know, like pretty nice framework, I guess. Pretty lightweight framework. It's only 300 lines of code. Yeah, I run out of useful things to say about it. Like I wanted to do an integration between this and the real-time API, but real-time API is primarily JavaScript and this one's primarily Python. It's probably going to take too much work to do it in one stream, so I'm just going to call it here. Yeah. Flow says it shows up in the live stream when selecting keys. I'm just going to kill all the keys after I'm done. Like the only key that matters is the OpenAI key. I don't really care about the LiveKit key, so yeah. Cool. Well, that's an hour stream. Not my most productive thing ever, but we did get some code running. This pip install experience not the greatest. They didn't ship all the code that they had, presumably because they changed their minds on shipping all of it. But we got a sense of what the agents are. I think this should transfer nicely to the phone call context. I think that another critique I would have of this is that it is not automatically. It requires it requires the human to do that transfer, like to agree to that transfer and to communicate back and forth with that agent. It's a very single turn. Maybe if I do this, I can illustrate. So, you know, Swarm OpenAI Swarm is doing this where it's like agent one. You have this triage agent that has agent 1, 2, 3. And then I guess one thing that I would like to see, so the flow would be kind of like this. And then you kind of make a little thing like that. And into front. Kind of hide that. I guess what I would like to see for multi-agents is something that they don't seem to support a lot, which is maybe a little more auto gen, manual, which would be like that. Yeah, a little bit more like that, where it's sort of more autonomously human. I don't even think I'm doing this right. I think what is happening is kind of like this, where all right, let's get all these white. When two birds suddenly appear, every time you are near, just like me, they long to be close to you. On the day that you were born, the angels start together and decided to create a dream come true. So they sprinkle rumors in your hair and all the starlight in your eyes and blue. That is why all the girls in town follow you, love, just like me. They want to be close to you. All right, this is what I have in my head. Oh, oops. Got rid of the first triage agent. Bring forward is command that. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that's what I have in my head. The way that OpenAI Swarm has it here is the human is always in the loop in these things, and you're always sort of pinging back and forth. And the triage just basically serves as a router, and that's not bad, especially if you want more control. But what I think a lot of the other agent frameworks are doing are direct agent communication between them, and then also maybe having a fan out between the other agents as well. So maybe agent 1 is like the manager agents, and the other agent 2 is kind of like that. Yeah. Okay. I'm happy leaving it there. Not the most satisfying outcome, but at least we explored it a little bit. I can talk knowledgeably about it. And I know that it's not super exciting, but it's a nice pattern and it's a nice library. I would recommend people check it out. And that's good enough. All right, I'll leave it there. Bye, everyone.